fans of high quality entertainment. Now there's a thread going around YouTube that was started by MGK Boston, and I just saw All the World's a Stage, his video, Steve, which was excellent, and it's show 5 records from when you were 12, 13 years old. When you were a 12, 13-year-old kid thread is the proper title. And so I thought I would stick to just when I was 12 years old in 1970. So and I've decided to show 20 albums because I like being different. And what I also thought I would do after I show you the 20 is try my best to remember back to 1970, and if I ranked the albums back then, being a 12-year-old, how I would rank. Talk about high quality entertainment. So here we go. In no particular order, these are albums that, and also by the way, there's no Beatles or anything. There is one Beatle album, but we'll get to that. The Rolling Stones, Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2. Of course, all of these were on vinyl back in 1970 because there were no CDs then. This is a compilation, but the one I'm going to talk about is Rod Stewart's Gasoline Alley, Steppenwolf, At Your Birthday Party, The Who, Live at Leeds, Procol Harum, Home, The Rascals, Once Upon a Dream, Three Dog Night, Suitable for Framing, The Guess Who, Share the Land, The Kinks, Part 1, still waiting for Part 2, Lola versus Power Man and the Money Go Round, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, The Buckinghams, In One Ear and Gone Tomorrow, The Doors, The Soft Parade, Joe Cocker, Grand Funk Live album, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bio Country, Blind Faith, Canned Heat, Hallelujah, and Jefferson Airplane, Volunteers, and the last one here, Led Zeppelin 2. So obviously, I'd listened to Led Zeppelin 1, and the other thing I want to say is some of these vinyl records back in 1970, they weren't mine. I have 2 older brothers, and I've said this many times. The one would let me play his vinyl records anytime, Bob. Thank you, Bob. And the other one, Don, I couldn't even look at his record collection. So yeah, I'm going to go by just what it meant to me back in 1970 as best as I can and rank them. So I will be back. Thank you. Number 8. I liked, 2 or 3 of their songs that I heard on the radio, but never had any of their albums. And then I was gifted this by someone, and I loved it. That's when I realized, you know what? I think I love the Rolling Stones. Yeah. I should have rated all of these. But all of these coming up are 10 out of 10. Number 7, a very underrated band once again, Steppenwolf, At Your Birthday Party. My brother Bob had this album. I played it a lot. Still one of my favorite Steppenwolf albums. Number 6, getting into some pretty heavy stuff in 1970 with Black Sabbath, Paranoid. I believe this is the first Black Sabbath album I ever heard. Loved it right away. Finally, I don't think there's anything else Canadian, some Canadian content. The Guess Who, Share the Land. And I was so impressed. You know, one of my brothers had American Woman, which I liked, but I owned this one. And probably one of the first albums I ever owned. And it's around that time I realized they're Canadian, and I was so proud. I never knew they were Canadian. So yeah, I played this album a lot. Number 4, once again, I bought in a cutout bin. And I became a huge fan of Canned Heat. Three to go. Yeah, I'm going to switch these. Number 3 is Creedence Clearwater Revival. Once again, an album or a vinyl record that I owned. I think I got it for Christmas. And the reason it's number 3 instead of number 2 is, especially back then, I did not like Graveyard Train. I like it now, but back when I was 12, it's like, oh, this is so boring. But everything else is so good. And Keep on Chooglin', one of my all-time favorite songs. Number 2, me and my brothers, big fans of Led Zeppelin. And this, I think this might be, I think I heard 2 before I heard their debut album. And see, I don't know if I think one of my brothers had this album. But anyway, I heard it a lot back in 1970. Number 1, as some of you probably already figured out, one of my all-time favorite albums and my all-time favorite live album. Grand Funk Live album. Yes, I owned it. Double record. This might be the first album I ever heard on headphones, too. Are You Ready? Paranoid, In Need, TNUC, Inside Looking Out, and my favorite, Into the Sun. And that is it. Let me know what you think of some of these albums I showed you. What would be some of your favorites or least favorite? Have a great day. Bye.